Today we're going to be going over Newton's first law of motion. What is a force? A push or pull on an object. Some forces are seen for for example, a box being pushed or pulled across the table. Some forces are not seen, for example, the floor pushing up on your the floor pushing up on your feet. Can you name other forces that cannot be seen? The forces on the person are like this in this diagram. Balanced forces. A balanced force is a force on an object that is an equal size and equal in size and opposite and in opposite directions. Tug of war is a good example. When no one is winning, when no one is winning. Unbalanced forces. Sometimes forces are not equal or opposite. Examples of tug of war are when one team wins. An unbalanced force is a net force. A net force acting on an object will change the velocity and or direction. These forces on a box that is in the diagram shown in the diagram below. The net forces acting on the created and describe the motion. So the box or the force would go in the direction of nowhere because that's an equal force. This is an equal force. Why do objects stand still? It no still it no force is applied. Inertia. The inertia, if it is still moving, it will keep moving if it is not moved unless a net force acts on it. Which object is in inertia? Heavier objects are stopped moving and start moving. The larger object in the mass has the greater inertia. Example, a semi-truck is harder to stop than a toy truck. Newton's first law of motion. Law of inertia. An object in motion will stay in motion unless acted upon by a net force. And an object at rest will stay at rest unless acted upon by a net force. Isn't that inertia? Newton's first law of motion. An object at rest will remain at rest unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. An object in motion will stay in motion, will continue with constant speed and direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Why do objects stay in motion? Why don't objects stay in motion forever? If the law of inertia is true, then any moving object should move forever. In outer space, this is true because there is no friction. What is friction? The force that pushes in the opposite direction of motion. Both two surfaces that are touching each other. For example, a car will A car will actually slow down because of friction between the tires and the road. You are driving a car. Your 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 gym bag is on the seat. Next to a next to you, a car cuts you off, so you slam the brakes, and your gym bag slides off the seat into the floor. This is an example of Newton's first law. Why? Newton's second law. And we will stop there for today. Thank you, students.